Welcome to 2024 for Aston Villa. What it has the potential to be one of the best years in my lifetime supporting Aston Villa. We've got so much to look forward to. 2023 set the foundations and the benchmark for this team, and 2024 has the scope to be absolutely incredible. We have got so much to look forward to as fans. We've got the Europa Conference League, we've still got the FA Cup, and we're going so strong in the Premier League. Last year was absolutely incredible. When Unai Emery first came into the club, I set 5 things that I wanted Emery to do to our team. Set a mentality, set a philosophy, have a style of play, to recruit well, to coach well, but to also create the mentality for our players. And in abundance, we have ticked every single thing off, and I'm so looking forward to going into 2024. We've got to start it off with the January transfer window. For me, it's one of Aston Villa's biggest transfer windows coming up in recent years. If we can get this right, it can give us the impetus and the drive and that little extra 5% which we will need to take us over the line to achieve success this season. I'm looking for one player, one maybe big player to come in that can just take us over that line and just give us that little bit of an edge. We saw in the summer how a centre-half can improve our team dramatically in Pau Torres. Ball-playing centre-half, absolutely incredible, one of the best ball-playing centre-halves in the Premier League currently. But also a right back coming in for Aston Villa could be so important to also help us in our away form. I think we've toyed with the 3 centre-halves at times, but I think if we can get this right back settled, sorted, move Konsa back in to central defence with Pau Torres, that also could give us the edge. So the January transfer window for me is absolutely huge. Hopefully Monchi is doing his business and he's just going to get that nailed on. He's been here 6 months now, so hopefully he's been scouting the players and Emery can just handpick the scouted players that Monchi has picked. FA Cup, 1956-57 was the last time Aston Villa won the FA Cup. We had Peter McParland, who scored 7 goals in that whole campaign. He scored 2 goals in the 2-1 victory over Manchester United. We need to go big in this. We need to try and get to the final and try and win the FA Cup. We know that Purslow really wanted Aston Villa to win the FA Cup, and I think Emery is eyeing a trophy. We know that Emery is eyeing a trophy from the minute he came in as well, so it would be absolutely massive if Aston Villa can go strong in that. I think it's going to be a heavily rotated team come Saturday at Middlesbrough, but I also think Middlesbrough will do the same. They're going to rotate as well. They've got their eye on the semi-final against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday. So I think if Villa can navigate Middlesbrough, get a good draw and navigate and work the league and work the squad, then hopefully we can go strong in the FA Cup. I think every Villa fan will want to win a trophy. Europa Conference League, European glory. We've all got aspirations of winning that trophy. I think we can win that trophy. I think we've shown so far that we can navigate the group stage and the league. When I was on the overlap and Jamie Carragher was saying to me that Aston Villa are going to struggle in Europe and balance the Premier League, and I sort of went back and said I don't think that will be the case. We've got a manager at Aston Villa who has got vast amounts of experience of winning European competitions. He is the key to Aston Villa navigating that and the league, and I think so far, we've done so well in doing that juggling act with the squad. We've got through the group stage. We don't play in Europe now till March. We can focus on the Premier League and the FA Cup for a little bit now, and then when the time comes to see who we get in the draw, the home and away tie, then we've got to see where we are and see what stage the squad's at, etc. But I think we can go all the way in Europe, and I think for me as a Villa fan, I want to win something in 2024. I want us to win a trophy, and I think if we can do that, it would be absolutely huge. And it's just a starter then. It's just the start of Aston Villa becoming this absolute giant at Villa Park of what we are. And then finally, the Premier League. The Premier League is absolutely massive. I said at the start of the season in my predictions that Premier League is the priority, and it's the priority for a number of reasons. The first reason is for Aston Villa to maintain their status in Europe. That is first and foremost for me, for Villa to get back becoming that European juggernaut who consecutively qualify for European competitions, that go deep in those competitions. We know we've got the history and the heritage of being a European giant, winning the European Cup in 1982, which is absolutely incredible. We're all so proud of that achievement, but we need to start doing those things again, and we need to start getting back into the pinnacle of European football, and that is the Champions League. We are in a wonderful position to qualify for the Champions League this season. Some fans will say it's all about trophies, but for me, we have to be in the moment. We have to be where the mindset of football fans across the Premier League are. It's Champions League. Getting Champions League football is absolutely crucial for any football club to move forward and be at the top end of that spectrum of the Premier League. You know, the Champions League, it not only is the pinnacle of European football, but it's what it brings. It's the global scope of what the Champions League can bring to a football club. With that, you get the audiences. With that, you get the revenue. With that, you attract the players. At this moment in time, for Villa to attract players, we're competing well with the likes of Moussa Diaby. Pau Torres is coming in. You get into the Champions League, those players come. Those players don't bat an eyelid whether they come to Aston Villa or not. They will come. So for Aston Villa to qualify for the Champions League would be absolutely huge. We can see what the club are trying to do with the lower grounds, with the terrace view, you know, bringing all of these different corporate aspects, trying to make as much money as they possibly can. But getting in the Champions League is absolutely crucial for this club to move forward. We have to get Champions League, and that is a position that we're in. We can achieve it, we can do it with hard work. Yes, we're not the finished article, but we've got to work hard. And then finally, the Premier League. My dream of winning the Premier League is not over for Aston Villa this season. And why should it be? We currently sit joint top with Liverpool, albeit that they've got a game in hand on us. So potentially we could be 3 points off the top. 18 games to go. We're at the 20 game mark now. 18 Premier League games to go. You break that down one by one, and it's all about winning football matches, and that's where we are at the minute. Yes, we want to play swashbuckling football. We want to play this brand of football that we've played during the season, but it doesn't always work like that. You don't play that way for 38 games a season. There will be times where we have to dig in, knuckle down, grind wins, don't play well, but win. It's all about getting the wins now. So I think for Aston Villa, the title race is still on. You know, I'm still talking about it. If nobody else is talking about it, then fair enough. But I definitely am, because we're winning football matches. The form, you know, we're second in the league from 2023. We've scored more goals than Arsenal this season. And I'm just thinking, you know, game by game, take it game by game. With key recruitment in January, it can push us over the line, and we can achieve anything. And I just think we've got to aim for the top. We've got to keep looking up. And while we're Aston Villa football fans, and while we're still doing well, we have to look up in the Premier League table, because it's there for us. 2024, up the Villa.